to win the NBA Finals MVP award, you have to give it everything. So,
coming up next, the Mavericks taking on the Jazz. For Dallas, the journey of a new season starts now. The challenges of the past to become fuel to create a path to success. Jazz, Mavs. Tip-off coming right up. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Ben Simmons was the top-rated player in high school and in college, but a fractured bone in his foot cost him his first NBA season. He said, "A lot of people forgot about me. You have to build yourself up again. And for me, I wanted to prove myself again." Kevin, we all agree he's done just that.
He sure has. First NBA All-Star ever out of Australia. Thanks, David. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Jackson.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Jackson is out there with Jokic. And it's Young. Then it's Marcus Smart. And it's Holiday in at the 2 guard. And for the Jazz, they've got Simmons. Porzingis is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's DeRozan in at the shooting guard. Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
Now, here's Doncic. The pass to Drummond. Back to Doncic. Pass to Porzingis from deep. It's rebounded by Dallas. Outside, Smart. Porzingis with the block.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
Stolen by Holiday. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. Young's shot is off. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Utah. Pass to Porzingis. Kicks to Drummond. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot that time, not on target.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Now here's Smart. His last outing, 16 points for him. Outside Holiday. Young with the ball. Now guarded by DeRozan, and that one is good.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. And he comes up with the deuce.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Outside, Smart. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. DeRozan against Holiday. Over DeRozan. Not going to go that time. Now the Jazz take it the other way.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
Passes it to Simmons. It's Drummond, high post. Knocks it loose. DeRozan against Holiday with the fadeaway. Here's Drummond now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dog at offensive rebound.
Now here's Smart. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Doncic passes to DeRozan. Simmons with it. Outguarded by Smart. And Simmons kicks to DeRozan. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And growing up about 15 miles south of the Staples Center, DeMar DeRozan idolized Kobe Bryant, Clark, and patterned his game after him.
And you can see evidence of Kobe's game in DeMarcus's game. You think about the footwork, the ability to post up, the moves and counter moves, the balance and strength. I think he owes a lot of that to the
Take
Mamba.
a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, guys, the Dallas Mavericks with the longest active sellout streak of any pro basketball team. You can put sellout in quotes because they actually give a lot of tickets away to schools and community service groups to make sure that building is full.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. You know, Clark, the Mavericks making their games accessible to Dallas fans, much more concerned with the packed house and the revenue at the gate.
Yeah, and I like that philosophy, guys. I mean, building their future fan base. Those fans will be around for a while. Giving young people a chance to become Mavericks fans for life. And you start early, and it pays dividends down the road usually.
The Jazz with another miss.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Kept alive. They shoot again. Holiday finds Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Now here's Fultz, covered by Van Vliet. Puts it up from 12, and the shot goes in from Fultz.
Yeah, and you know, it's important that Fultz continue to develop his in-between game because he knows when to pull up.
Now here's Van Vliet. He started close. Robinson with the block. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Conley the pass to Warren. He gets that one.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Now Ball. There's the pass to Millsap. It's hauled in by Gordon.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense. And you know he's finishing when he gets that close. Count it.
Mavericks trail by 7. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
The Jazz on offense. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Outside Robinson. He kicks it to Warren. Ball against Conley. Sweet little floater.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Van Vliet. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Over Fultz. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. The second chance effort. Robinson with the block. And now here comes Conley leading the break. That one a little long. And so it's Utah in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive impact on others.
A lot of people ashamed to talk about it. Even myself, for a long period of time, people wonder why I was such a quiet guy, and that was part of it. Not wanting to speak out about it, not wanting other people to know exactly what I was going through. But you get to a certain age where you feel like it's all about helping others. It's not about you just being a selfish person about the things you're going through. Other people going through stuff as well.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes as public figures can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Fred VanVleet. Bogdanovich is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Turner in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Here's Ball. Michael Conley making his last shot. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Millsap. Back ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich.
That's what we call weight room there. I mean, Millsap showing how strong he is finishing through contact.
Pass to Robinson. He dishes it to Conley. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And already over a decade in the league for Mike Conley. He never got past the numbers game to make the All-Star team in the crowded Western Conference, but make no mistake about it, Conley is star caliber.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Greg, you talked to Conley. He'll admit he's been frustrated trying to break through and get that recognition.
Still, the way he plays the game, not focused on his individual numbers, unselfish, and focused on what the team needs to win.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Porzingis is coming in for Mitchell Robinson. And Doncic is subbed in for T.J. Warren. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Well, you look at Mike Conley. He's been around a long time, folks, double-digit years. Does a little bit of everything out there, and outstanding, not only in the locker room, but also in the community, too. Just 5-star in every way.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible, incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go. This sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Jazz.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
On the free throw, no good. Mark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys. It's about trying to posterize them.
Any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight?
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
He's off on the first.
Well, you look at Ben Simmons and that great body of his and the skills of a guard. That is an incredibly unique combination.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Andre Drummond's checked in for Otto Porter Jr., and it's DeRozan in for Beasley. He hits the second from the line. And Clark standing 6'10". Has there ever been a player Ben Simmons' size or bigger who could handle and pass like this?
I really don't think so, Kevin. Obviously, LeBron is 2 inches shorter and probably 15 pounds heavier. Giannis is more of a scorer than a passer and facilitator. Magic Johnson was the first of the true 6'8"-ish point guards. He might be the closest when you look at Ben Simmons, but man, he's special because of that size and passing ability.
Here's Doncic following the basket by Trae Young. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Drummond, and he banks in the layup. Drummond's got his second bucket tonight.
A tall and powerful big. Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Holiday against Simmons. Now here is Holiday. D right on him. Young with the ball. Now guarded by DeRozan. They get the rebound. Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
How about that persistence there? Jokic refusing to give up on the glass.
Outside, Simmons. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaren Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Takes a three, and Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got the lead up to 13 now for the Jazz. And so Young will bring it up for the Mavericks. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Here's Jokic. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
When you let Nikola Jokic get comfortable, it's a wrap. It's all over. He's a skilled scorer on the interior.
Now here's Simmons. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And it's off the back rim, no good. To the inside. And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Young.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Mark, you look at Ben Simmons. Is he the best Australian-born player ever?
Well, you got to remember now, Kevin, and you would know this from your research, Kyrie Irving was actually born in Australia, lived there for a couple of years, and still has dual citizenship. So I'll leave that one to the fans to debate. Irving or Simmons as the best from Australia?
Shooting 2.
That one is off.
You know, you look at Ben Simmons, and the thing that jumps out to me is his all-around game. I mean, it's absolutely terrific. He's a stat sheet stuffer, supreme.
Gordon's checked in for the Jazz. Markelle Fultz comes in for Luka Doncic. And he's good on the second.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Now here is Holiday. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Again, Young missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Offensive rebound. Gordon. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
first one drops. You know, Greg, defense a given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Mitchell Robinson comes in for Andre Drummond, and Warren subbed in for Simmons. That one misses.
And some of what Smart gives his team doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but he makes plays that help you win.
Now here's DeRozan. Dives for it. Bogdanovich grabs the miss, and here they come. Here's Van Vliet. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. Utah leading by 9. Passes it to Warren. Jazz passing it around. Shoots from 14. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback. Robinson's got 4 this quarter.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great position.
Millsap kicks to Van Vliet. Outside Bogdanovich. Back to Van Vliet. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's his first trip to the line. That free throw, no good.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
The Jazz making a switch here. Conley's checked in. And he sinks the second. 20 seconds left in the first half of basketball. From deep. That shot off the mark.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And so it's Utah going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, your team is competing at a very high level. What do you think that's happening?
Well, we're trying to defend, and we've been a little bit fortunate too. They missed some shots, but more than anything, we just want to try to guard and make it hard on them.
Got to make them feel you. Thanks, Quinn. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They lead by 10. How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. Matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Kenny, how do you think Dallas played?
Well, I think their problem is rebounding, Ernie. When you're trying to come back in a game, every possession counts because each possession can turn into points, and you need to cut that deficit quickly.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
my brother.
halfway through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Name some traits that make for a great team leader. You've been in that role. What did you like and embrace, and what have you seen from others?
Well, I think it starts with humility, a real sense of who you are and what your role is on the team as a leader, and then a really good example set. I think those qualities are essential. Humility speaks to selflessness, but also being one that holds yourself accountable too.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at the Jazz. They've got Drummond, DeRozan out there with Ben Simmons, and there's Porzingis, and it's Doncic in at the 3 spot, and the shot goes in.
Guys, you remember when DeMar DeRozan first came into the league, he was just really a raw athlete. Now he's a finely tuned offensive juggernaut.
Now here's Smart. Outside Jackson. Outside Holiday. 5 on the clock. The 3. Offensive rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Holiday, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Smart finds Jokic. Over Drummond. And it's Jokic missing.
You know what? Just a little fancy on that possession there. Just go up in rhythm.
Outside DeRozan. Now the pass to Drummond. Simmons dishes to DeRozan. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Jazz with some changes. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Porzingis. And it's Beasley in for DeMar DeRozan. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Outside, Simmons. 6 to shoot. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Now, here is Young. 8 points for him. Lets it go with a 3. Good D by Drummond.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Beasley with a clean look. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Beasley's got the lead up to 14 now for the Jazz. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. To end the cold streak, he's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
And the effortless shooting motion. Young's 3-point jumper is just poetry in motion and has it on automatic.
Now here's Simmons, and he gets the bucket. Simmons got 6 points.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
But they recover it. Jokic, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Andre Drummond picks one up.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
The Mavericks have hit just 2 free throws in 5 attempts today.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Holiday. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Robinson's checked in for Andre Drummond. Warren comes in for Doncic. Markelle Fultz has checked in for Malik Beasley. And Mike Conley subbed in for Ben Simmons. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Jokic. Millsap comes in for Jaren Jackson. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Smart. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Trae Young. Mark, you and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball. Excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your moves. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a three-point shooter's hands, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offensive glass.
That's a great example about that three-point shot, though, Clark. I love that. It's terrific. And the foul on Miles Turner. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's Utah here with the ball. Here's Porter. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Outside Holiday. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter, and that's a foul called on T.J. Warren. That is his first foul of the game. There's 1:47 left here in the third quarter. Here's VanVleet. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Outside Conley. Robinson up top, Turner covering. Now here's Conley. He's tightly guarded. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And Dallas gets called for the foul. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Utah.
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
Yeah, but they also never seem to get cold from mid-range. Just kept hitting those shots with consistency.
No good on the free throw. Good on the second free throw. Mavericks trail by 10. VanVleet passes to Millsap. Holiday surveying the floor. Here's VanVleet. No good on that one. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Here's Fultz. That one good for two. Fultz has got his second bucket of the night.
Much respect to Fultz for his attitude. Even when he gets bumped around, he stays with it. Superb body control.
Now here's VanVleet. Holiday finds Millsap. Beyond the arc. VanVleet can't get it to go.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Porter passes to Conley. Warren with the ball. Outside Robinson. 5 to shoot. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Taken away by Holiday. Now here's VanVleet. Over by Conley. Now here is Holiday. Out to the right wing. Here's VanVleet. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists in the game. And so it's Utah. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been active and effective. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Can't wait till I get me some. Go ahead, get you some. Man, just watch when I get me some. Go ahead, get you some.
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Jazz leading by 9. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, we've got Bogdanovich, Paul Millsap out there with Miles Turner. Then it's Holiday, and it's Van Vliet in at the point. Pass to Bogdanovich. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Bogdanovich has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Dallas. Enzo Conley will bring the ball up for the Utah Jazz. They've led by as many as 14 points. That shot misses. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Bogdanovich against Warren. Porzingis with the block. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Now here's Conley. He's guarded closely. Outside, Porzingis. And it's off from three-point range.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
And the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Van Vliet. And the Jazz call time here. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. Jazz. Andre Drummond's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Doncic comes in for Warren. And it's Ben Simmons in for Mike Conley. Then for the Mavericks, Jokic has checked in for Miles Turner. Smart comes in for Bojan Bogdanovich. And Trae Young subbed in for Drew Holiday. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfect. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
All right, David, thanks. Now Simmons after the missed three from Trae Young. Back to Simmons. This is 2 to DeRozan. 6 on the shot clock. Fades. Good on the shot. And now a 9-point Jazz lead.
I tell you what, I love the unselfishness of Ben Simmons. This guy delights in setting up his teammates, and if they're open, they get the ball.
Now here's Smart. Pass to Van Vliet. That one off the back iron and out.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Simmons with it, covered by Van Vliet. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul. Jackson, he's checked in for Paul Millsap. Outside, Simmons. Kicks it to DeRozan. Shot clock at 5. And he lays lays it straight in. DeRozan's got 6 points in the quarter.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And that one's good, Jokic.
Jokic fully capable of knocking down the mid-range jumper. Tremendous confidence from here. You got to D him up better than that.
Now here's Simmons. There's the dish to Doncic. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. To the paint. And Simmons gets it to go on the assist by Doncic. 8 points for Ben Simmons.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Passes to Jokic. Over Drummond. And it's Jokic missing. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
And that one's good, Simmons.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
Now, here is Young. Here's Jokic. Another miss by Jokic.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis. Mavericks trail by 15. Young with the ball. Puts it up. And he overshot that one, missing. And it's Utah's ball. They've got a 12-2 run in progress.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Utah.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And this isn't one of those mini series either. I mean, this is a 4-gamer. As hard as it is to beat a team 3 times in a row, it's even harder to do it 4 straight.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Andre Drummond.
Well, I can't recall a play that he wasn't involved in, Kevin. He was so involved in so many plays tonight, a force on both ends.
Now here's Smart following the miss by DeRozan. On offense, here are the Jazz. They're on a 12-4 run. Jokic against Doncic. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys did a great job contesting shots and disrupting their offense. What did you like best about the defensive effort tonight?
I think from the beginning of the game, we just started off aggressive. We were connected defensively, and that's why we were able to stop them.
You got it done when it counted, Kristaps. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.